What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another portrait painting tutorial, Old Masters Cheat Code Edition. Today we will be doing a portrait of a Renoir, and here are the outlines that you will need to trace out for this painting. Please take a screenshot of these outlines and print it out to use for your tracing. And of course this is the image of the original painting. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. As usual, you want to flip the tracing over and apply either pastel or charcoal to the back side. And once you've done that, flip it back over and go over your outlines with either a pencil or a ballpoint pen. And please take your time with this stage. Alrighty, now let's just go ahead and see how the transfer went through. Now, because I used a ballpoint pen for the tracing, you'll actually notice that the lines are much finer, much sharper. So the lines aren't actually coming off. So I'm not going to need to ink out the outlines as usual. So today we are just going to go ahead and get started with the painting. We are going to use the gray of the canvas wherever necessary in order to facilitate a much easier, streamlined version of this painting. So go ahead with the raw umber and black, just as you saw me mix there a second ago. Go right into the dark for the eyes and leave a gap right over there. So we're starting off with the eyes, and even though I am filling in some of the lines, this is more for me to go into color. But first, again, raw umber and black is what I'm using for this. And go ahead and carefully just place that on the side of the head right here. So we have some distinction between the corner of the hair. And we're going to do the same thing with the facial hair. So again, raw umber and black. So that's where the facial hair is going to be. And fun fact, this is actually a portrait, at least the title says, this is a portrait of Monet, of Claude Monet. So this is a portrait that Renoir, not Rembrandt, okay, it's a different century. This is a portrait that Renoir did of Monet. Isn't that kind of cool? Alright, so now that we have these little boundaries there, go ahead and mix raw umber and burnt sienna right on the shadow side of the face till you get a nice warm kind of coolish brown. And we're going to make it cooler using Naples yellow and black. So Naples yellow and black, we still have the raw umber. So what you want is something that is just a little bit darker than the tone of the canvas. So I actually toned this canvas a while ago with oil paint. So this has been dry for a couple weeks now. But the tone is a little bit darker than what I used before, which is actually going to create a nice contrast to the previous paintings that you've done with me before. But again, you can achieve this neutral gray tone with acrylic paint if you want to get that done a little bit faster. Now with the same exact color, we have Naples yellow and burnt sienna, but we want this to be just a tad bit lighter than that. And you're going to want to apply that right on the corners over here. And let it be a little bit darker right over there. And now with a big old brush, what you're going to do is apply a little bit of your favorite solvent and go into your raw umber and black. And this is going to exist right up here. So again, raw umber and black, thin it out with your favorite solvent. Nice and simple, right over here. And cover the corner of the ear right over there. Very simple. And we're going to go ahead and cover it down here as well. Now you notice thin out the paint a little bit more towards the bottom. Leave a gap right there. Notice how thin the paint is. And it's alright if it's dripping a little bit on the bottom. That'll add a nice painterly effect. Just don't do that on the top, because you don't want it to drip onto the face. And now add a little bit more paint. Again, raw umber and black. And he's actually wearing a hat. And I didn't really trace it out too much, but go ahead and just freehand draw it right there. Just let this be a nice and dark, almost like a flying saucer type effect. Shout out to all of the flying saucers, the aliens, the UFOs that are among us watching this video. And just go in the corner, and there is our UFO looking hat. A little bit of the black here where that meets up, the raw umber right over here. So again, this painting is actually going to be pretty fast, pretty simple. Again, even for my absolute beginners, this is going to be an excellent painting for you to do. Now we're going to go in with a little bit of white and black with a little bit of Naples yellow, and that's going to exist right over here. And maybe just leave a little gap there just to have some texture for the hair. And just do the same thing right over there. And for the sake of the video, we're just going to leave the paints on here yet again. And yeah, there you go. There's the corner, and this is the top of the UFO looking shape right there for this hat. And this color is going to live over here as well. But it's a little bit blue, more blue. So black and whites will give you sort of a bluish color. And that's going to exist right over here. There's the gap for his hair. And now you see the hat starting to take shape. And just go ahead and let this brush do something like that. And that's going to give the effect of the top of the hat. And now just paint this light up here. Again, Monet and Renoir were of the Impressionist era of painting. So Impressionism, contrary to what people think Impressionist means like brushy, brush strokes everywhere, things like that. That's kind of like the usual idea that people have with Impressionists. But actually, Impressionism means capturing the impression of the light. So you see a really strong light behind Monet, and that actually makes a lot of sense because Monet would have been out painting in the daylight, and in the full picture of this, you actually see Monet holding a rectangular wooden palette. So that's actually kind of cool that's portrayed by his buddy Renoir. Now what we're going to do is go with burnt sienna and white, and we're going to mix something that's just a tad bit darker than the background. So I went in with a little bit of raw umber, and it's okay if this part right here gets to be this light. So just go ahead and let that fit in right about there, and use your raw umber and black now to cool this down. But be careful, don't add too much, because it is possible to go a little bit too far with the cooler colors with the skin tone. But this will do just fine. And a little bit less of the skin tone will be used closer to the shadows, and that's how we're going to use the tone of the canvas to create some of the effects for us. Right around here is where that effect is going to live. But of course we still have just a little glimpse right there. Just a brush stroke will do for the upper eyelid right there. And maybe just some raw umber and burnt sienna for these shadows. Sorry, these dark lights. Just as light transitions into shadow, it creates something that we refer to as a dark light. But always remember, you don't want your darkest value in the light to be as dark as the lightest value in the shadow. A little bit of burnt sienna, but it is possible that can happen if, for example, there's some kind of oily residue on the bottom of the chin, then it'll be emitting some light, and that's what will create an effect like that. But usually in our old master paintings, that doesn't show up. Not usually, but it can happen. So again, just let this be a tad bit darker using the tone of the canvas, but I also put some burnt sienna into the mix over there. Now here's the Naples yellows. You want to go in with more of the Naples yellow now, right over here. And this is going to be borderline almost the same exact value as what we have over there. We want them to be very close, but still have some differentiation between them. And if there's any concerns, then just add a little bit more white right over here, and that'll punch up the light and make it so that we don't really have to worry about that so much quite anymore. Now a little bit more of the burnt sienna, and we're going to add that right over here. And there's only going to be a touch of warmth over here. This is actually very cool in temperature, so we're probably thinking maybe like a cloudy, overcast day was when Renoir painted this picture of Monet, and it seems like they were younger at the time, because Renoir didn't quite develop his more kind of extreme, shall we say, simplifications of form yet. So he was painting a little bit more naturalistically during this time period. So you can definitely see more influence that Renoir's teachers would have had on him. Kind of a fun fact, Bouguereau was one of the instructors, or at least could have been one of the instructors at the time, when Renoir and Monet were students. Could have been. We're looking at the same time, and we're looking at France, but I don't know exactly. I didn't time travel over there. I am a time traveler, of course. I'm a time traveler, but I seem to have missed my time traveling bus ticket to Impressionism time. Of course, I'm joking with you. It's always fun to tell a little joke here and there. But anyway, we got raw umber, a little bit of the alizarin crimson, and this gives like a nice little touch but dark shadow underneath of the ear, and just a little bit of the skin tone underneath of the ear right there. Now that's almost too dark, so I'm going in with the raw umber and the burnt sienna, nice and simple over there. And now I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I have these warmer colors on the brush, and we're going to add just a touch of the light red, and then we're going to add a little bit of a dark red, which is alizarin crimson, burnt sienna, and we'll see if we need something like a black. We'll add some black to the alizarin crimson to the top over there. Nice and simple combination. Again, so simple. Anyone can do this painting, even if you have never done a portrait painting before, or if you have a friend that wants to get into portrait painting but maybe is a little bit cautious with the drawing, or has some concerns about it being expensive or anything like that. Well, this is free on YouTube, so go ahead, have at it, have some fun. Add little curls here and there, burnt sienna, Naples yellow. So we'll add just some little touches of curls up here. And just add just a little touch of light up here, not too much, not that much, just a little bit here and there. And we'll do the same thing back over here, nice and simple. And now go in with your black and white and go ahead and add just a little touch of light right here. Just let it blend up here, and that'll create a darker tone. Nice and simple right away, very quick and simple effect. And all that's left to do is add a frame to the painting. And so now we're just going to finish up the edges a little bit, so raw umber and black and maybe some of the burnt sienna. And let's just go ahead and anywhere that we have a sharp edge, let's just go ahead and soften it. So again, make sure that it's a dark tone, but be careful not to lose your light and shade. So this is just a tad bit too soft, so I sharpened it back up a little bit there. And now again, let's go back to areas that we want to soften like that. So we're going to soften that over there, maybe soften a little bit, and all you really want to do in the end is just soften some edges. That's all you want to do. And you can see that Renoir softened quite a bit of the edges over here, maybe to create kind of like a hazy light effect, which of course the Impressionists were well known for capturing the quality of the light of any given scenario. So just soften right over there, and then that'll be about it. There you have it. And there you have it. Absolutely beginner friendly. Again, if you've never painted a portrait before, then this is definitely the video for you. Or if you want to share it with someone that wants to get into portrait painting and maybe think that it's a little bit too difficult, this is the video to share with them. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Really hope that you enjoyed this. And if you do decide to paint along and you want to share it on social media, please share it with the hashtag #YouAreArtist. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.